Taking risks is necessary, but beyond that, you have to understand why it's so important. The truth is, you will fail at something. You will lose, you will be embarrassed, and you will stumble. That's a guarantee. No one walks through life without a scratch. And I know this might not sound like the typical message you hear at graduation or during moments of celebration, but it's one you need to hear. Embrace failure. It's inevitable, and it's a key part of any meaningful success. In the acting business, we fail all the time. Early in my career, I auditioned for a role in a Broadway musical. It was perfect for me, except for one thing. I couldn't sing. I didn't get the job, but I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of that audition, not with defeat, but with preparation for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. In life, I've discovered that nothing is truly worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." And he was right. As you navigate the different stages of life, whether it's in school, applying to college, choosing your major, or making career decisions, I'm sure people have told you, make sure you have something to fall back on. How many times have you heard, have a backup plan, just in case? But here's the thing, I've never understood that concept. Why would you want something to fall back on? If I'm going to fall, I want to fall forward. At least this way, I can see what I'm about to hit. Falling forward means moving towards progress, seeing your challenges head on, and using those failures as stepping stones. Without consistency, you'll never reach the finish line. So whatever you do, do it with passion, take chances, and don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a part of life, and if you're not willing to embrace it, you'll never fully realize your potential. There's an old IQ test where you have to connect 9 dots using 5 lines without lifting your pencil. The only way to solve the puzzle is by thinking outside the box. That's a metaphor for life. Don't be afraid to push beyond the limits, to dream bigger than what feels comfortable. Dreams are powerful, but remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson, one of the greatest baseball players in history, struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But that's not what people remember. They remember his home runs, his greatness. Let's talk about Thomas Edison for a moment. Did you know that he conducted 1,000 failed experiments before he invented the light bulb? Most people don't. They remember him for his success, not his failures. Edison's story teaches us that each failure is one step closer to success. Every mistake you make is not a reflection of your lack of worth, it's a step forward. It's how you learn, how you grow. I prayed, I prepared, and I kept going. Failure didn't stop me, it pushed me. I failed so many times, but I kept showing up. There's a saying, hang around the barbershop long enough, and sooner or later, you're going to get a haircut. And that's true. Sooner or later, persistence pays off. Eventually, I caught a break. Years later, I performed in Fences on Broadway. The kicker? It was at the same theater where I had failed that first audition 30 years earlier. Every graduate here today has the training and talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. Let that sink in. If you're too afraid to risk, too scared to fall, you'll never rise. To get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. It's as simple as that. Imagine yourself on your deathbed. Standing around you are the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential. The ideas you never acted on, the talents you never used. They're angry, disappointed, and upset. They came to you because you could have brought them to life, but now they have to die with you. So I ask you, how many ghosts will be around your bed when your time comes? How much of your potential will you take with you to the grave? We all have gifts, whether it's time, talent, or treasure. What are you going to do with what you have? Some of you have skills in business, in medicine, In sociology, some of you are rich in patience, kindness, love, or empathy. Whatever your gift is, ask yourself, how will you use it? The world needs you, whether it's in South Africa, Japan, or right here in your hometown. The world is in desperate need of people who are willing to take risks, to step up, and to give what they have. We need young people with fresh ideas and the courage to act on them. Your life will never be a straight path. You'll start in one direction, only to find yourself headed somewhere completely different. I started my college career as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't even pronounce it, let alone pass it, so I switched to pre-law and then to journalism. I didn't have a clear focus, and my grades showed it. At one point, I had a 1.8 GPA, and the university gently suggested that I take some time off. I was 20 years old, lost, and unsure of my future. Then, one day, something remarkable happened. On March 27, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop when an older woman, one of the town's elders, called me over. I didn't know her, but she looked at me as if through me and said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." At the time, I couldn't make sense of it, but now, looking back, I realized she was right. I have traveled the world, and I've spoken to millions of people, not through personal speeches, but through my films. They've seen the characters I've portrayed, but now I'm speaking directly to you. And I see so much potential in you. I'm strengthened and encouraged by what I see in the younger generation. Taking risks isn't just about landing a job or achieving a goal. It's about living with an open mind, being receptive to new ideas, and embracing the people you meet along the way. The chances you take, the risks you embrace, the people you love, and the faith you cultivate, these are the things that will define you. Don't hold back. Don't play small. When you fall, fall forward. Life is about growth, and growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. You're going to stumble, but each stumble is a step toward your potential. Give everything you've got, and when the time comes, when life knocks you down, fall forward. Keep moving, keep pushing, and never be afraid to fail. Because the truth is, if you're not failing, you're not trying. Thank you for staying tuned with us on this episode. Please try to encourage us to do more and better by subscribing to our channel if you have not done that yet. Give us a like, hit the notification bell for more updates, and share to others by joining us on the journey life through the Stoic teaching and wisdom. See you in our next episode, and remain strong and healthy.